Well, hello there, folks. How are we doing tonight? It is iRacing Tuesday, and we got Travis Braden with us. Travis, how are you doing tonight?
And I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for having me back on. It's been a little while, right?
Yeah, it has been a little while, and I'm glad we could get you on this week after you couldn't make it last week.
Yeah, I apologize for that. And yeah, that's a great thing about doing all this stuff, right? You can kind of make adjustments and try it again.
Oh yeah. No, I ended up doing an AI race at North Wilkesboro last week, which went disastrous.
Yeah, I can imagine how that probably would go. Yeah.
Yeah, it was something. Let's see here. Oh, look at that. The server is up now, so we'll hop right in here. I don't know which 87 car I want. I don't remember what paint schemes I put on either one of those.
I don't think I have a paint on mine yet. So, did you already say you put the session up?
Yes. It's just called RNN.
Okay.
Are you gonna run the Ford or the Chevy? I'll do the one you don't run.
Um, Probably the Chevy is the one I have.
Okay, so I will do the Ford. All right, and for everyone wondering, how's it going, Ashton? Moffat Cast. Glad to see y'all in here tonight. The 1v1 tonight with Travis will be the 87 cars at Chicago. So this should be interesting. I don't believe we have done the 87 cars on one of these yet. So this is going to get interesting. I don't know how this is going to go.
Did you make it a fixed setup, or you got a little trick setup that you're gonna throw in there on me?
Honestly, I don't know what I did. I didn't change anything setup-wise, so it may be open setup. I have no idea. I didn't plan on having any sort of trick setup, though. I don't understand setups yet.
Well, so it would have played in my favor then, probably.
It would have played in your favor.
Oh man, I hope it's not fixed.
Well, if you remember when we did this with Jess, you ended up sharing the setup you gave her with me, and then I ended up running away from her.
I got lucky on that because it was I mean, obviously I kind of understand setups, but like still, usually it takes a little time to perfect it.
Yeah.
And I made like a big swing, and it was really good first try.
Yeah.
It was funny. Good deal. I'm loading into the session, so
Yeah, I am too. I'm at like 45%. Takes forever to load in from the UI.
yeah. I got a new one of the new like flash. Well, it's not flash. It's the M.2 hard drives, and it's a little quicker.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah. Nice.
little quicker. But then iRacing is different than it used to be, and it is um slower. Like it would have been quicker a couple years ago, then now it's slower again because of how they have coded some of this stuff, I guess.
Right.
But anyway, that's another subject, right?
Let's see. Okay, so it gave me the baseline. Oh, there's not even a Chicago setup in here. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need your help with that then.
I just put the Atlanta setup in.
Okay.
I would think that would. I would think that would work.
Let's see how that goes. Now I got to figure out what paint scheme I'm in because I have no idea. Well, now it won't let me go out of the scenic cam. I don't know what paint scheme I'm in. Come on, give me another camera. Oh, there we go. Oh! I forgot about that. I have a Dale Jarrett quality care scheme. Nice.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Well, real quick here, Garth. I just loaded in, and a couple people are in my stream. I was going to tell them what's going on. We are hanging out tonight, doing a little bit of a couple things, right? We're going to do one-on-one here, like 10 or 15 laps.
Yep.
And BS along the way, and then we're going to do a little race and then eventually host a race and then have it open to everyone. But this is going to be one-on-one at first.
Yes.
So that's who you guys hear on the other end. If you want to check out his stream, it's on YouTube right now.
Yes.
Racing News Now is the channel, and we just started. We just went live.
Good start. I'm already in the fence in 3 and 4.
Oh, I'm gonna straighten you out right here.
Hello.
Are you good now? Come on.
Well, I did get straightened out, so thank you.
We have your wheel just rolled down pit road.
I see that.
So we have unfixed setups and damage turned on. This will be good.
Yeah.
That is a cool paint scheme. You even got the 88.
Here, I'm gonna let
If
you
you got-
go and I'll follow you.
Oh yeah? Is that true?
Well, I was going to.
All right, we'll see what we got for a few laps. I probably just got a penalty. I always forget about that line.
Yeah. Did you get one? I can clear it.
I did not. Oh yeah, you can clear it. Duh.
Yeah. Oh, I don't feel
this
so
is
bad
not
about getting in the wall now.
You know what? I bet for sure we could do to the setup is lower the steering ratio.
Okay.
So once we rack here again, we'll do that. First thing. This actually isn't too bad.
No.
It looks like I've been being chased by Dale Jarrett,
That's the point.
the man himself.
That's right.
You're gonna win the Daytona 500. All right.
I like how my skid marks are still there.
Yeah, and the big dent in the wall.
Yeah. I better watch out. I'm gonna pass you.
Don't even think about it, dude.
Yeah.
So is the setup a little bit loose to you think, or? These cars are always weird because no matter what, if you drive them in hard enough, they're going to get tight in the center.
Right.
If you don't get sideways first.
Honestly, I think it feels almost perfect.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
sure
too bad for these cars.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a way to make it better, but it actually feels pretty good.
Yeah, see, I got to definitely adjust my steering. I don't know if you don't mind it, but I hate having to turn the wheel this far.
Honestly, I don't even fully understand steering ratio on here yet, so maybe I do and I just don't understand it.
It's as simple as, like, how far you have, like, say you want to turn the wheels 2 degrees, like just a random number, right?
Yeah.
The lower the ratio, the less you have to turn your steering wheel to turn the wheels 2 degrees. It's literally just a gear ratio of like 2 to 1 or 10 to 1, you know? So like, yeah. Oh boy. I was looking at you and I almost knocked the fence down.
Nice.
Alright.
I think I used my tires up.
Yeah, the thing about these cars is the tires definitely wear out. But I ran some long races, and it's like the tires come back to you sometimes.
Really?
When they cool down. Not like not a lot, but definitely more than some cars on the sim.
Huh.
So steering's all the way down already. So
I wonder if that's because they couldn't get an accurate tire model for these since they're not used anymore.
say that again.
I wonder if that's because they couldn't get an accurate tire model for these because they're not used anymore.
You wonder if what is just the ratio or?
Well, you were talking about the tires come back to you late in the run.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I have ADD, so I always like lose track of what conversation we're having. Yeah, I would say that they probably just didn't put as much time and effort into these.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Kind of like the next
just
gen
kind
car.
of for fun. Yeah, I've only had a little bit of experience with that so far, and it was like okay, but
I haven't even gotten it yet, but from what I've seen, the 1.5 miles are not good with that.
What's not good about them?
Apparently, I'm trying to think of how to describe it. It was almost like it was planted to the ground way too much. Like you flat-footed it the whole way around. You didn't have to lift. You could even jerk the wheel left and right, and you wouldn't lose it.
Yeah.
It was. I don't know if it's. I don't know how to exactly describe that. You know what I'm saying.
One thing I did notice, I did do 1.5 miles, and I don't know if the setup was loose as well, or if it was just a track where I think it was like Vegas maybe. Anyway, you were on the edge a little bit more, and when the car would finally get loose on you, it was very hard to recover, and it took, like, you totally messed up like a lap and a half. Like, you were completely out of the gas and like just trying to save it, and if you didn't wreck, it was definitely, it slowed you way down.
Right.
It's not like now where if you step a little sideways, you can just lift and you have so much side force that straightens you back out and you keep going, like you have nothing.
Right.
You start to slide a little bit and it just feels like you're just going to spin like a top.
Yeah.
That was the one. I've only ran a couple of short races with it so far, so that could have been a fluke deal, but
right.
Real quick, everybody in my stream chat here, thanks for saying hello. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I've been on, but definitely happy to be back, and I'll catch up with you. I'll try to every now and then say hi and answer any questions you guys got, but thanks for tuning in, and definitely make sure you jump over and check out Garth's stream or watch it after the fact if you want, on Racing News Now on YouTube, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I keep forgetting which platforms.
Yeah. No, and for everybody on my side too, if you haven't already, go check out Travis's stream on Twitch.
Some other time though.
Yes. It's some other time. What is the link to your Twitch?
It's if you go on the Twitch, app or site, Travis Braden _, is my channel.
Okay.
Which is, if you just type it in as twitch.tv / Travis Braden _. So there, I'll let you catch up.
What do you mean? I was already catching up.
I was going easy.
Oh, were you? Okay.
So when you get here, I'm gonna see if I can run the top. I really doubt it.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like if I didn't hit the wall, it would probably be fast, but
yeah.
Run the Kyle Larson line down here. Oh, killed it. I can't get off the wall. There we go.
Well, I'll see you at the checker flag, I guess.
Yeah. I'm gonna cut down pit road here and come get you.
Oh, yeah?
Alright, let's see what I got here for a lap.
I have to blow my doors off.
Well, I'm still trying the outside though, so I'm not sure it's going to be super good, but what's up, Boster? Thanks for the sub, the resub. Now, I definitely think it's faster, just looking at my relative, to just run the bottom.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what happened there.
It's one way to do it.
I guess. Oh!
That was like a
dirt
to Daytona wreck. The way you spun and then you disappeared, and all of a sudden you came flying across the track in my mirror, just like it was on Dirt to Daytona. So we're talking racing and sim racing and gaming. Did you see that Monster Games is doing the new SRX game, Which
did see that.
I assume that's the same Monster Games, right?
It is. Which is why I don't have high expectations for it.
Well, you know, the games weren't anything special, but at the same time, they were so, like... They were, you know? They weren't anything special, but in a weird way, they were special.
Yeah.
I always thought they were fun, and it was a horrible simulation of any sort of real racing, but they're the best, I always thought, as far as, like, you could actually race with people, you could run into them and spin them out, you know, and the games got a little bit more arcadey when it was EA. I always felt it was more of an arcade type thing.
So
they had cool, like, visuals and stuff, but
yeah. Well, what worries me the most with that game is since 704 kind of kicked them to the curb and they stopped doing the NASCAR Heat games, they've done those, what was it, Tony Stewart Sprint Car Racing and Tony Stewart's All-American Racing, which were literally a copy-paste of NASCAR Heat just turned into a dirt game.
Really?
And they really didn't change hardly anything, and they were just and that's essentially what the SRX game is. It's just building off of the two Tony Stewart games.
When were those out? Like,
the last couple
of older?
Years. No,
oh, really? I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. Yeah. So, I've been out of the console gaming thing for so long, though. So it's been interesting to see so much more of it all of a sudden.
So Heat 4 was the last one that they actively developed, and then 704 got rid of them whenever 704 got bought by Monster Game or by Motorsport Games. And they've been working on NASCAR 21, I guess, now for over 2 years, like since before Heat 4 released.
Cool.
So Heat 5 was literally just a copy-paste of Heat 4, what they had left over, and they just reskinned it with the 2020 roster.
That's kind of weird. But...
yeah. Just to give themselves more time to work on 21.
Huh. Well, that's good, and hopefully all that stuff kind of revitalizes. I know there for a while it was like there wasn't even any console racing games.
Yeah.
NASCAR, at least.
Getting tight.
Oh boy. I'm getting loose and tight.
Nice.
Oh.
From what I've heard, there might be an IndyCar game soon, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Definitely haven't heard about that.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is a good lap here.
Well,
I got a little bit over 2/10 to the good there on my best.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I got a little almost on my side there.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Chris, Zach, Salty, how you guys doing? Thanks for jumping in. I'm gonna reset too, Garth, if you wanna wait.
Oh, well, we've only got 30 seconds left.
Aw, jeez. I wasn't paying attention to that.
I was literally about to ask where you were at, and then I was gonna run into you right before practice was over. Guess we're not doing that.
No, but I'm doing this nifty little donut thing, and you can almost get it up on 3 wheels.
Nice.
Oh, 2 wheels now.
Yeah. Dueling donuts over here.
Oh. This is just this is a Days of Thunder angle right here, you know, like car on the track backwards, aiming down pit road. Only way it could be more realistic is if we were actually at Darlington.
Yep, pretty much. Which, by the way, Travis wanted Darlington at first, and I said that probably isn't a good idea. Those of you that were here the day that I raced Moffat Cast will know that.
Yeah. I did do one race with these cars at Darlington. It's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Like, it was okay once you got going, but it was just so easy to overdrive it, and the thing doesn't turn, you know? And then you try to hit the brakes to slow down, and it doesn't slow down, and it makes it go straighter.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're doing good, and then all of a sudden, one lap, you just completely kill the right side of the car.
Yeah. I think Darlington is the hardest time I've had on here at any track.
It's a tough track. I mean, it is. you have to drive so hard and on the edge of being like loose, or tight.
Yep.
But then you have to be so close to the wall at certain points. And honestly, it's weird too. Then there's spots on the track where you're far away from the wall, but you're going towards the wall at a really high rate of speed. So you have to really be good at judging, because once you commit, if you mess up and you're going to hit it, it's hard to really fix that. You're just going to hit it.
Right.
Oh, we only got one lap. You probably got me here.
Well, seeing as I spun off a 4 and had to completely reset, I probably don't.
We are driving the 1987 Cup cars. Got some people in my chat asking what we're doing.
Oh.
So we're doing old school. There it is. There's a picture of it. Garth, who we're doing. We're doing a one-on-one here, and his car.
I hope that was a good picture.
Well, it was just me. I got the Wrangler paint, but then I'm gonna go here and show him yours. He's got the Dale Jarrett Quality Care Ford.
That's right. DJ was the man.
Did anyone else drive that scheme? Like, did anyone else ever have Quality Care?
I think, was it Dave Marcus? I think drove was it a 15 Quality Care car before DJ? I don't remember if it was Dave Marcus or who it was. I do maybe it was Dick Trickle.
That might sound familiar. I'm not super lingual on the history stuff. I mean, the real big stuff I know, but
yeah, I got you all right. You got me by 2/10.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I spun. Well, I didn't spin. I got really loose off of 2.
Oh, okay.
Which is crazy because we're almost faster than we were in practice. And I had to, like, dramatically lift. Like, I definitely could have beat my best practice lap by quite a bit.
We're both about a 10th off of what we were in practice. We're both right. We're comparable to each other where we were in practice.
Yeah.
Which tells me you're about to drive away from me. You're about to hold Ty Gibbs over here.
I'm reading your chat over here. It's kind of funny. What a save by Garthicus Allen.
Oh, it was Wally Dallenbach. That's who it was in the Quality Care car.
Yeah, see, I obviously know who Wally was, but
right.
He's not like, the big guys who you can easily remember all their different sponsors.
Right. Oh, so Ashton asked, "Are you an ARCA driver?" So that's a good opportunity for us to have you give a little bit of your background here.
Yeah, I like to think I don't fall into the ARCA breaker category, but I'm definitely at least a couple of points in my career have been ARCA driver. So
yeah.
I grew up, go-karts and stuff like that, and then when I got a little older and got into the big cars, I started out in late models, and in 2015 I finally made my way to the ARCA series, and my first start, which was actually I was in college, and my university, which was WVU West Virginia, they sponsored me, and so I had the paint scheme, and my first race was in Indianapolis, and we won. And it was a family-owned car and all this stuff, and we were trying really hard to do well, but we just for sure did not expect to
I'm showing
win.
the diecast on the screen right now.
Yeah. And so that was really cool, and that was how I got started. That turned into 2 more races that season. Didn't win anymore, but we were top like 3 or 4 in both of them. And then the next couple seasons did the same thing, just kind of 1 or 2 here and there, and did really well, but didn't get another win. And then I ran 2 full-time seasons for another team a couple years later in 2018 and 19. So all in all, I think I have around 50 starts in the ARCA series. Most of them were either for a family-owned deal, which I was, we were running really good with that, getting a lot of attention, but that was only 7 or 8 races, so a lot of people didn't see those or don't remember them unless they saw that first one. When I tell them that story of winning with that car, they usually remember if they saw it. And then, when I was driving for the other team, it was just a really small team and underfunded and a lot of tough competition, so we didn't get any real good TV time ever. A couple times here and there, but so a lot of people didn't realize, moral to that story, that I was racing full time for 2 years in the ARCA series, but I was actually.
Well, and one thing I'll say about that, you mentioned that they were underfunded. I feel like a lot of time you actually put that car in a better position than what it probably should have been in.
Well, I'm not the type to really sit here and just talk on myself, but yeah. I took pride in the fact, yes, 100%, that when I was hired to drive, it was, they were struggling but struggle of 3 to 6 or 7 laps down every single race,
Yeah.
And when I started right away, we were able to pick that up at least a little bit and be a couple laps or less,
Yeah.
And then, there at the end, it wasn't really ever an issue going a lap down. It was just trying to get up in there with those big teams, which was really hard to do. So I took a lot of pride in just 2-year progression of it for sure. And I jumped you here.
You did. I was not ready for that. Well, yeah, didn't you?
That's what you get.
Was it 4th you finished at Kansas there at the end of 19?
Yeah, finished 4th, and it was a good 4th. Like we were definitely a 4th place car, maybe even a 3rd place car.
Yeah.
We finished top 5, maybe once or twice other time, a couple other times on intermediate tracks. Maybe we definitely were close to some top 5s a handful of times.
Yeah.
And it was strange because everyone just thought we would do best on the short tracks.
Mm-hmm.
But our best runs were always intermediate tracks, and it's so weird to say this, right? Because no one says this, but like I always have been, and I've always felt like I would be better at the intermediate tracks than the short tracks. I've always raced short tracks because that's all I've been able to race, But really, it suits me better, these big tracks. So
why do you feel
we were
like
able
big
to do.
tracks suit you better then?
What's that?
Why do you feel like big tracks suit you better?
It's more, it's weird because, right, the common tendency at first is to think, well, it's more about aerodynamics, it's more about the car because it's just almost wide open, whereas short track, it's more up to you. But the thing is, in reality, when you're underfunded and under information, right, you don't have all this information these big teams have coming from Toyota, and they got a 4 or 5 car team and been in the series for 40 years, right?
Yeah.
Like, the problem with the short tracks is if you're a little bit off, it especially in the ARCA series, the tire they run, you fall off so bad, and you don't get to put tires on very often. You get one set in the pits for a 200 lap race.
Yeah.
And so you fall off so bad, even if you're just a couple tenths off in qualifying, like you're 3 laps down in the race to somebody. There's always one car that just goes on a tear, it seems like. And then so on the intermediate tracks, even though, yes, we were at even probably a bigger disadvantage in some of the information with the aero stuff, you're almost wide open. So, like, at what point is there actually a trade-off there where they're not gaining that much on us, right? We got the same engine, it's a spec motor, same tire, and since we're almost wide open, there's actually less of a discrepancy there than there is on the short tracks where you're braking and all that stuff. Because if your car's not handling well, those tires start wearing out. Now you're having a horrible time getting the car slowed down under braking. You can't get it to turn in the middle of the corner. Now you're just carrying no speed, so you're trying to come off the corner and make up for it, and you don't have grip coming off the corner either. It just keeps getting worse and worse,
Yeah.
In an intermediate track, you can, try to just carry momentum and be nice and smooth, and then once their tires wear out a little bit, it equalizes. the aerodynamic advantages go away a little bit when air pressure builds up and the car's not sealed to the ground as well, and you can make up for it, right?
Yeah.
And even if you're struggling a little bit, you can usually, as big a tracks as they are, you can stay on the lead lap, and then you get a caution and make some adjustments and do better.
Right.
And I just had a pretty good feel for some reason of just making the most out of what I had on the intermediate tracks. Where on the short tracks, I still felt like I was doing a decent job of making the most of what I had, but it was not. It just wasn't as easy to make up for, the lack of resources.
That makes sense.
And you can manipulate. It seems backwards what you would think, but in the thing about the ARCA races, they're so short. If you get a little bit of track position on an intermediate track, you get clean air. Mm-hmm. Now it starts to close that gap. And then if you understand, which I've studied this stuff, I've wanted to be a NASCAR driver for 15, 20 years. I've watched it forever.
Right.
And so I understand a little bit about how do you make someone else's air dirtier, and how do you side draft and all that stuff. And so I did a decent job of making sure. If I was in third but I was a fifth place car, well, just make sure you don't miss your marks and make sure that guy behind you doesn't get clean air on his nose, and he's not going to be able to pass you most likely. And that's what happened most of the time. And so you dirty his air up for a couple laps, and he's trying to pass you, and he burns his tires up, and now you're not really in a situation where you have to worry as much about him passing you. And so it works out. Sometimes it doesn't, but generally.
Focused here. I'm actually catching up to you. I don't know if you're going easy on me or.
I'm not just going easy, but I'm playing around. I figured you got a little loose there, so I figured I'd run in the middle. Yeah, I'd play around with these different grooves and just see what we got. And if you catch me, oh well.
Yeah.
This was one of my favorite tracks. Even the ARCA series. Whoa. Save it. Oh no.
New leader, Garth Allen.
We're gonna have to pit for repairs here.
Well, I don't know if I turn green white checkers on here. I'll go easy on you so I don't have to throw a caution.
Oh, I do. It's telling me I got to pit. That's dumb.
Are you past pit road or are you there?
I'm past it because I didn't think I had that much, but
okay.
I do. But it's fine.
Are you still able to run at speed?
No, let's see. I don't know where my miles per hour thing went. What's the key for that?
I have no idea, to be honest. I'm still learning the keys for all those.
Yeah.
How far?
I don't know where it went. Oh, I'm right behind you here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see you back there. I'll wait at the end of pit road for you.
Hopefully. Do I got a quick repair? Yes. I'm going to take no tires. I don't want to have an advantage. I've already got an advantage of being an actual driver, so it's not really fair, is it?
That's true. Well, everybody's got an advantage on me, whether they're a real driver or not.
Hey, you said it, not me.
It's true. I'm fully aware of my shortcomings on iRacing. Of course, I feel like sometimes I do better on here than I do on NASCAR Heat, so...
Really? Oh,
yeah.
I'm coming now, sorry.
There you are. Oh! Dropped it to first. That was not a good idea.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to try to figure out how to get my thing back up here. That's so weird. Oops.
T.
That's weird. Why is it not showing it?
Here, we'll pretend like we're having a restart here.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, 3 to go restart.
And
alright, great.
just restarted in fourth like an idiot.
I was wondering, I could hear you shifting.
Yeah, I shifted down to third when I realized I was at fourth.
I thought it sounded like you were shifting at a weird time because I was like,
yeah.
I'm not at the point where I need to shift yet.
Well, no, I hit the gas and realized I wasn't going anywhere, looked down, realized I was in fourth, and shifted down to third.
That's what's cool about this place is like you're way faster in the middle of the corner, but once I got on the straightaway with all that momentum, it's like you get a huge run down the straightaway.
Yeah.
If you just don't hit the wall, at least.
Yeah. Can I pull a Larson slide job? Well, not quite.
All right, this is it. Oh, that is just like the one he did to Kyle in 1 and 2 there. Except for Kyle saved it, but
yeah.
That was almost in the same exact spot.
It was.
I think you hit me a little harder.
I think so. Off turn 4. Garth Allen's gonna win.
The cheater. No, I'm just kidding. Black flag for rough driving.
Well, I will totally admit that was not the cleanest win, but
hey,
other than Jess, you're the first real person.
They put fenders on them for a reason. I think sometimes these guys forget that.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I thought I lost first for a second. It shifted down from second to neutral, and then when I went to shift back up, it went neutral to second. And then I got it back down to first.
He didn't even attempt to turn left.
Nope.
So the way you hit me was fine, and then I bounced off the wall and it hooked me again.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that was cool. So now what are we doing?
Either Daytona or Talladega, and we're letting everybody into that one.
Cool.
Do you have a preference, Daytona or Talladega?
Which car?
Well, do you have a preference on that?
No. Did you have, like, something in mind, or? Like
not particularly.
Yeah, shoot, I don't care. These cars are cool. Really at both places, but if you do Daytona and you let people in there, it's just a mess. Really, actually, either one's a mess with these cars.
Yeah.
No one can drive them, so don't do that.
Okay.
Probably Xfinity. I feel like they're the best at the super speedways, as far as like you can race them. You know what I was doing, which we shouldn't do this unless you want to, but I was running the Xfinity cars at the unpaved Daytona a couple times, and people really liked it.
Okay.
So it's really bumpy, so
yeah, I don't think we've done old Daytona in a while. Yeah, let's do that.
If you do that, I would do a fixed setup.
Okay.
But you know what? You don't have to. You don't have to do that. Don't worry about it. But I have a little bit of an edited setup, so I don't know if it's an advantage or not. It bottoms out a little bit because of the bumps, so I like raised it up. But
okay.
And I'll share it too. So, but everyone else in there might not have it.
Does 10 laps sound like too few, or does that sound about right?
I'd probably do 12, 13.
Okay.
I know you want to keep it kind of short for the.
I mean, I don't care. I'll go all night if you want to.
Just do like 13.
Okay.
That's usually a good number. I feel like you end up wrecking too
Yeah.
quickly if you do 10 laps because everyone's like, oh, it's 10 laps.
Right. Okay, now where do I put it as fixed setup? That's my question, because I don't know that I've ever actually made that setting.
I'm trying to look here. But you don't have to, like I said, if you just want to do it, and I'll give you this setup and
You said Xfinity cars, right?
yeah, okay, so right at the top of the car section, like near the very top of the page, where you're set like your
Oh,
session.
there we go. Yep.
Yeah.
Enable fixed setup. Okay. Let's see, where's Daytona? Wouldn't be Daytona 2011. That'd be... Or maybe it is.
I always get confused.
Daytona 2011 is the only
Yeah.
Daytona I see in here, so I guess we'll go with that.
Yeah. And if it's not the right one, then don't worry about it. It's all good. So it's no go I'm looking. Are you in the track thing?
Yeah.
You gotta scroll all the way to the bottom and it's called Legacy. Daytona 2008. But it starts with Legacy. It's after the W tracks.
Mine aren't even in alphabetical order.
That's weird.
I don't see anything that starts with Legacy.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh, that's very weird. That's really weird. You're just looking at when you're hosting it there on the under track and there's like a drop down menu.
It's on the car page.
Oh, are you looking at the setups?
Yeah, is that not what I'm supposed to be looking at? Oh, you were just talking about picking the track itself.
Yes.
Yeah, no. I'm picking. I'm doing the setups. Yeah.
Yeah. Just do Daytona 2011.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
That's the setup I was using, but it bottoms out, like I said.
Okay.
But you can race with it. At least you could on the last build. If there's a new build, I'm not sure, but I'm sure it'll be fine. If it bottoms out a little bit, you just wait a second, and it'll finally turn.
Yeah, we're gonna get out there, and it's just gonna be absolutely terrible. There we go. Selected starting time is after sunset, and there are no stadium lights available at this track. What?
Oh, yeah.
At Old Daytona, there's no lights?
It's just not in the sim.
But
there was. Yeah, just do like afternoon. That's a good little edit. It used to not tell you that, and then you would do it, and then you couldn't see.
Right. Let's see. Okay. Wait, where's the time of day? Is that under weather?
It's at the top, right next to where you select the track.
Oh, okay. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Wait, it's got time of day as 3:35. That's not after dark.
Who knows?
Okay, I think we're good to go. Okay. Alright, so, for anybody wanting to hop in here, session's called RNN with Travis Braden, or you can just search my name, and that'll make it come up too. Karth 1. That is something you don't hear every day. You are correct, Moffat Cast. I'll tell you what. Maybe next time, Ashton. Ashton was asking for Bristol dirt.
I wasn't a huge fan of that, but
yeah, neither was I. Are you talking the real life one or on iRacing?
well, kind of both. But
Yeah.
I definitely was. I was talking about iRacing.
Okay. Yeah, I still have not quite mastered that on iRacing. There we go. Now it's open. Let's see. There we go. Go forward. Alright, so anybody that's hopping in, it is ready to go.
Where are we at here?
Daytona road course. Man, you really just want chaos, Ashton. You don't want to see me do a road course, at least not yet.
I thought when you started saying that, I thought you really had done it at the road course. And I was like, oh no. We got an oval track set up on the road course.
Yeah. Maybe we should do that, just see how it goes.
Right. So what did we all think of Coda?
I'm not sure I should publicly give my thoughts on Coda.
Oh, come on now. We had the whole field of drivers crapping on it, so.
Well, that's true. I was not a fan.
I mean, I mean, it turned out to be horrible, but like, I think it's just, this has been a funny topic recently, because this whole, like, you know, what's a good race, what's a bad race, like, people are diehard one package versus the other, now that we've done, you know, multiple years of all these different packages, and then this year we're doing, like, drastic one extreme to the other, all in the same season.
Right.
And you know, to me, like, I mean, I thought that the races were good. The Cup race was horrible just because it never really was even just like, even in the rain with the trucks, I think it was, you know, it was decent because it was not horrible rain. So,
yeah,
you know, they were able to drive and see. It just was wet, you know. But I thought the racing was good on the track, you know, and as long as if they go back and it's not horrible weather, I think it'll be good racing. But my definition of good racing doesn't mean that the leaders are side by side the whole race.
Right.
You know, Kyle Busch completely dominated from the first lap of practice until the checkered flag in the race. But if the race was good, I mean, there was nothing else in the race that wasn't good. People, if they had a faster car, there was plenty of opportunities to pass, and the way the track's built, it made the passes look exciting. You know, it didn't look easy. All that stuff. To me, that's a good race. But at the same time, you know, just like what we saw at Darlington in the Cup race, that's what everyone wants, right? They want passing. Well, guess what? These teams are so good these days, and everything's so perfect with these cars and all the components. Once the fastest car gets to the lead, and the second fastest car gets to second, and the third fastest car gets to third, well, it doesn't matter how good the package is for passing. No one's going to pass because they're in the position they deserve to be in, right. You know? Whereas with the high downforce deal and no power, you got a car that's the fastest car in the race and loses a couple spots on pit road and then gets freight train on the restart, totally out of his control. And now he's in 25th behind cars that aren't even close to as good, but you can't, you know, you're all wide open. So how are you gonna pass him?
Right.
You can't pass him. And so it's like the best car in the race, you know, the best car in the race doesn't always win, but when like you do nothing wrong, and you're in the best car and you finish like 15th because of that, like that to me isn't a good race, and it's not a good deal because it's not as legitimate, you know, like all the money and all the effort it puts in, these people put into racing, to me that's what's intriguing. And when none of that even matters, it's like, well then does any of this matter, you know? So
right.
That's my 2 cents. Since we're BSing about it, I'm on board with whatever NASCAR does, and I try to support it. But
right.
just, you know, in terms of the people asking these questions and sharing their opinions, that's been kind of how I looked at it.
Right. Well, and I will agree with you. When I say I wasn't a fan of it, I wasn't a fan of specifically the Cup race and how it went down. I think under normal circumstances, even under normal rain circumstances, like you said, like we saw in the truck race, COTA could put on a pretty good show. It's just the fact of how messy the Cup race was. I don't know. It was bad.
Yeah, I didn't see all of it, but it was definitely a mess. But you know, I think part of that too is like they never talked about the fact that we got rain tires now, we can race in the rain, but the fan base isn't used to watching that, most of them, and so like it's just kind of understood that like even road racing in the series that do that all the time, like generally when it's a heavy rain like that, there will be a caution or a red or whatever too, right. You know, because it does get to a point where it's too much to race with. And because NASCAR didn't really ever talk about that part of it, then I think a lot of people that just didn't know were like, oh, this is messed up, you know? And it's like, well, that's kind of how it always is, and how it's, you know, how it normally operates in these series that do this. You know, this is how it goes. But again, we have a little bit of a, like, we want the best and we want it all to be perfect every single time, and it's just, you can't win, you know, if you want all these things. But
right.
We want passing, but we want passing the whole race. Well, you know, just things like that. It's if you really think about it, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's not really possible until you add gimmicks and stuff. All right, we're side drafting Garth here. We're gonna trick this guy. We're gonna go high and then we're gonna go low. Oh, he cut me off.
Has anybody else hopped in, or is it just the 3 of us?
Who knows?
Look at that run. Stalled out.
I'll give it to you.
Nope, never mind. He got into me. I think, or that may have just been me hitting the apron. I don't know if he got into me or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It was close.
I may have just clipped the apron. Whoa! Oh. I was not expecting that.
That was actually pretty cool. I was on the outside of him, and I lifted really quick, cut across his back bumper like by an inch, and aimed right around you.
Nice.
And then back up on the track.
Nice.
Guess we could have waited for you.
Yeah, you could have. I waited for you.
I'll wait. I'm gonna pretend the guy spun out.
Oh. You're gonna pretend, huh?
Yeah. It was on purpose.
Uh-huh, sure wasn't. That's what I say every time, too.
Oh, now you're gonna pass me because I'm stuck in the grass.
Am I?
Oh! Alright, Kurt.
No, Kurt actually missed.
I don't even think you actually touched me. It was just like net code.
Oh, did I?
Like, it gave us a contact, but...
I don't know. It may have been... Hang on. I need a chase cam here. Oh, it's so close.
Yeah, I'm just now getting to it.
Yeah, I think I got you just a little bit. Yeah, I got you just barely.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, I'm gonna get a black flag for that.
Yeah, we'll just reset.
I can just get rid of the black flag.
Oh, shoot. Sure.
Where'd you go back there?
I just reset. I'll get you in the way back around.
Oh. Starting to look like it's just going to be the three of us.
Yeah. I feel like it's been slow on iRacing lately.
Yeah.
It's like everyone runs these league races now.
Yeah.
Which is fun. I mean, I do it too, but
Yeah.
so many of that. Especially around this time, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
People run a lot of league races at like 7:30 and 8:30 and stuff like that.
Right.
Did you guys wreck?
Yeah. I gave him a little bit of a bump draft in the middle of 1 and 2, and he didn't like that.
Just wait on pit road if you want. Or did you already pull out?
I already pulled out, but I can wait. Whoa!
Here, I'm gonna reset. Alright.
Did Garth just pull a Tyler Reddick and Cody Ware and Jimmy Johnson? I don't know that I get the reference, Ashton. Do you remember that? Anything with Tyler Reddick, Cody Ware, and Jimmy Johnson?
I don't. Oh, didn't they do the Rolex together? Or something? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Didn't they share a car? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Jimmy and Cody were in the Rolex, but I don't think they were in the same car. I don't know if Reddick was or not. I don't think that's what she's talking about, though.
I'm not sure.
Y'all are slow back there. Oh, you like my Dale Jarrett Batman scheme now?
Is that what you got? I didn't
Yep.
pay attention. Oh, yeah. Huh. How do you make that? Like,
It's
you just kind of...
paints.
Oh. Oh! I'm dead. I didn't survive.
Nope.
You've got some damage.
I can't believe no one's joining. I figured it wouldn't be, like, a ton, but...
Well, yeah. I think this might be the first time we haven't had anybody join besides Moffat Cast. He's in every one of these, but...
It's always tricky because you got to get, like, 6 people in here, and then it starts to populate higher on the list, you know.
Right. Setting up for a big run here. I'm going for a fast lap.
I'm gonna brake check you.
Are ya?
No, I'm just kidding.
It wouldn't surprise me at this point.
Why do you say that?
No reason.
What the heck? Oh boy.
Oh, that was not a good bump.
Oh boy. You ain't gonna go fast that way.
Nope. I was going for a bump draft, and then I ended up lining it up terribly.
Hey, you said it. You're not wrong though.
Nope. This
Gotta
is
go
why
straight.
I'm not a professional driver.
Are you guys still full speed? Because I didn't
Yeah.
hit anything. I'll just wait for you.
Okay. You didn't hit anything? Wow.
Well, I might have just barely. I was close, but it didn't hurt it.
Outside. Keep right. Outside.
Well, never mind. Moffat Cast wrecked me. Daytona incident on pit road apparently was the Reddick, Cody Ware, Jimmy Johnson thing.
Really?
I don't remember that.
I don't either.
They're all freaking out because I dumped you.
Car inside. Clear inside.
How's he have damage already?
Because he just wrecked me.
Oh, he didn't reset.
No.
Inside.
Oh,
There at the bottom. Still there.
did he save it? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Still there. Hold the line.
Oh, hello.
Still there. Clear inside.
Oh boy.
Inside.
We all three hit at the same time.
Nice.
That doesn't usually work.
Man, his back bumper is destroyed.
Outside. Practice is over.
Oh.
I didn't get a
I
chance
was-
to wreck him.
I was coming through pit road there. I was gonna T-bone right into you guys.
Oh, we got somebody else in here. Jason
Do we?
Stevenson. Yeah.
we don't leave.
Yeah. ...2019 Daytona 500 for the Reddick Ware Johnson thing. I still don't remember it.
Yeah, I don't either. What was did they say what it was about?
Some
Like,
sort of
what
pit
the-
road incident. That's all they've said. Did they put the dotted white line around the outside of the corner further down when they repaved it? I feel like there's more room there now.
Might be. Probably.
I feel like I can fit a whole car width up there between the line and the wall on the new one. And there's not enough room for that on here.
You're probably right then.
Oh, we got Charlie Brown, the man himself.
Chicken flag, chicken flag.
I got you guys.
Did you? I was about to say, I don't
Yeah.
know if that was a good lap or not.
I got a really good. I timed it just right, I think, off of the pit road there, or off like turn 2.
Oh, okay.
Because other than that, I mean, what can you do, you know?
Right.
But I felt like I got it just right, almost to the point where I was too much, and I would have got a black flag. But
Yeah. So for those that may not have kept up since you've been out of ARCA, what have you been up to since then?
so when I um when I left that deal, and I didn't, I didn't really, I love the ARC series, but I didn't really want to continue pursuing anything, and I wanted to pursue um very seriously for the first time at least NASCAR stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was October 2019 when we finished the last race of the season in the ARCA deal, and then I pretty much immediately, the holidays come right up after that, so it wasn't exactly immediately, but by the first of the year we had purchased a motorhome and moved to Charlotte. We started that process the day after Kansas, my girlfriend Jess and I, and then that was in October, and then in December we were pretty much moved here. And then of course, so we got down here, and the goal was just to, that was a cheap way of living, which is what made it more feasible to do it all and move here and try to make it work. And the goal was, find some work and kind of just start from scratch, right? I mean, I built a little bit of a name for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but besides that, I didn't have a lot. So let's start from scratch and use what I've built of my name and try to do it in the NASCAR side of things instead of just the short track. And my goal is to definitely always stay a part of short track racing, but it can't be, my only thing. It's just not sustainable as a career to do it as just that. You have to. At least I can't. So I feel like I live pretty cheaply, if you will, but it's still not feasible. So, So, I found a couple of gigs, and then obviously like a month later, COVID hits. So, within 3 months, everything was basically everything we had been planning to do and started working on, and conversations that we had started, like everything just completely messed it all up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was still still racing a little bit for the team up north on the short track stuff with the late models, but that was pretty minimal. And just at that point, 2020 was kind of a lost cause, and let's make the most of it. We already just reset from scratch anyways, so what's starting from scratch again 3 months later?
Right.
At least we're not 5 years in, start from scratch again. So that's what we did. And then I forget what your original question exactly was. I think that kind of answers. That's what we've been doing since then. And towards the end of the season there last year before the Snowball Derby, BJ McLeod and his wife Jessica McLeod and my girlfriend Jess and I, we connected, and we were talking about some NASCAR stuff and some opportunities in the future, and we got to talking about short track racing because that's BJ's background, and his story is not all that dissimilar from mine as far as like what he was doing at what age and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Their story as a couple is actually really similar. So we clicked, and we were like, well, there's definitely some things that they would love to help me do and work towards in the NASCAR side of things, and that's a great deal. And so it's like, all right, we'll take you up on that for sure. But they brought up the idea of working together to start a late model team underneath his NASCAR teams in the Xfinity Cup Series, and it was kind of a no-brainer, really. I mean, everyone wants the same thing, so made that easy decision. That's the biggest thing that's finally actually come of us moving here and all that, and it's really exciting. It's a ton of fun for me. We've just been slowly getting started because so many things have still been held up from the pandemic, and getting parts, getting materials, getting the car built. Everything took 3 times longer than usual, and
right.
So putting that together, we just recently got our first car, and I've been working on that the last 2 weeks, and have a client that is racing a couple of super late model races this year, and I'm crew chiefing for. A lot of stuff going on, so that's what we've been doing. Just like everyone else, the last year was kind of slow because of the pandemic. Definitely unusual, but that's a long of the short of it, right?
Nice. Ashton wants to know if you'd ever get into the truck series.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, if a team, I would have no problem being a lifer, honestly, in something like that. It's just, the thing about NASCAR racing is it's what you have to do if you want a sustainable career. But because of that, and at the same time, it's damn near impossible to do it.
Yeah.
You have to have so many people in your corner, and you have to have luck still. Somebody just gotta wake up one day on the right side of bed and just make some random decision, basically, to help you. That's an exaggeration, but in all reality, it really does come down to just so many variables out of your control sometimes, or that you really have to work so hard on getting that support to put it in your control. So absolutely, to answer that question, I'd love to do it. Hope to do it someday. Hope to do it really soon. But also the Xfinity series is right now is actually a better, easier option in a way. And realistically, it's not. The trucks are probably almost harder, to be honest with you, from the looks of it. But so we'll see what happens. I'm not by any means sure what the future holds, but definitely a lot of opportunities and stuff that over the next year, I think things could fall in place for us if we just have even just a little bit of luck.
that's good.
Yep. So maybe one day. I have been working at this. I've lived on so many different couches. I've lived in motorhomes. I've lived in spare bedrooms, which was like the most luxurious thing I've ever, for more than a decade now. I've done all that just for a chance to do this stuff,
Right.
And I've had great opportunities at every level but that level now, and I feel like I'm in the best spot I've ever been in to get those opportunities at that level. So we'll just have to see, Oh boy, we're wrecking big. We got cautions? Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was going to do it. I was about to throw one myself.
I'm surprised that it didn't for that long, and then it finally did.
Yeah. The cautions have been really weird lately. I've noticed sometimes it won't throw one when you would think it would. Or it takes a while to throw one. I don't know.
Maybe they changed something.
Could have.
Because I know sometimes it's like they throw it for no reason, and
yeah,
they might have been trying to work on it to like somehow the computer figure out when it's necessary and when it's not.
Right.
Which I don't know how they would do that, but
Great job. Here you go.
We got 5 people in here? Yeah, 5. It's not too bad. Could be worse.
yeah, we'll learn for next time, right?
Yeah.
Do something more exciting, I guess.
Yeah.
Pit road's open.
I think just for fun, I'm gonna pit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're only going to have like 7 laps to go.
Well, I've only got 4 cars to pass.
Well, that's true. But you won't be able to get as much of a run because there's only 4 cars.
You got a point. But I ain't scared, that's the thing.
Well, that's good. You better be ready for my blocks from the lead. Oh, everybody's pitting. Why? Why?
Because I am.
Oh, great.
I think that everybody got damaged.
Oh.
Pit road is closed right now.
So,
I feel like a sitting duck now. Ashton wants to know what made you get into racing.
It's kind of 2 different answers. I grew up in West Virginia on a farm in the mountains and stuff, and I had a 4-wheeler from the time I could walk. I could ride a 4-wheeler, and so just naturally, like when I was 5 years old, I started. I wanted to be. I like Supercross and all that, and my parents would let me race my 4-wheeler at the local fairs and stuff like that. We'd set up little tracks and do races and all that. And and along with that too, like I was really into Supercross, and then my dad introduced me to car racing with he showed me the Daytona 500 one year when I was real young, and I was probably 4 maybe 5, and so I liked that, and then I learned about dirt racing, and so because I was kind of into the Supercross thing, I actually was more interested in sprint car racing. And when I first watched the Daytona 500, Jeff Gordon won in the Rainbow 24 car, and at that age and everything, I thought that was the coolest little car, or coolest paint scheme on a car. And so I just rooted for him, and I learned more about his his career, and he raced sprint cars, and I learned about them, and one thing after another. So I just started to be really into all things racing, and then because of just how dangerous, dirt bikes and stuff were, my parents were like, well, if he likes racing too, we'll get him a little go-kart instead. And so I did that. It kind of got me away from racing the four-wheeler and just having fun doing the go-kart stuff. So that's what got me into it. It was definitely just totally for fun at that point, but a couple years later it got a little bit more serious.
You know what's funny is your Jeff Gordon Daytona story. That's very similar to how I got into racing, but it's like the complete opposite at the same time. So my parents sat me down in front of a Martinsville race where Jeff Gordon and Dale Jarrett were battling for the win. Somehow, even though Jeff Gordon won the race, I became a Dale Jarrett fan.
Well, that's the thing about back then. There was so many really vivid personalities. The racing was just a couple hours of the show. That wasn't the whole thing, and you normally were attracted to the personality. Usually at first, sometimes it would be something else, but I would say at Martinsville, right, you're gonna definitely see and hear those drivers' voices and personalities, because it's a little short track and it gets a lot more aggressive. So I know what you mean, and that is funny though that you ended up being a Dale Jarrett guy.
Yeah.
I never really liked Dale Jarrett. I was just always Jeff Gordon. I didn't like anyone but Jeff Gordon.
Yeah.
But now looking back when I got older, I pretty much think all those guys were badasses. I mean, they were.
Yeah, they really were.
But it's funny, like as a kid, it was like Jeff Gordon used to whip up on everybody,
Yep.
for years in that era, and it just made guys like Dale. I just as a kid didn't have an appreciation for some of them guys like Dale Jarrett or Bobby Labonte, because to me it was like, oh, you can only like do good like once every couple seasons,
Right.
like compete for the championship. Like Jeff's every year competing for it, and some years he has a bad year, he doesn't win. But once I spent my whole life racing and I'm older now and I understand how it all works, like those guys were all pretty incredible drivers and just people. What they did for the sport, took it from nothing to what it is today. Those are the guys that really did it.
Yeah. This bottom lane is so bumpy.
Yep. I like to run high on the straights and on the short shoots.
Yeah.
And then about like a half a groove off the bottom where you can't really get underneath me, but you get right on the yellow line and it's really bumpy.
Yeah.
In the corners.
Oh, up the middle. Are we 4 wide right now?
No.
Okay.
Somebody backed out because we were 3 wide till the last minute. Now we're just 2 wide.
See, and I end up sliding up on exit. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like I'm gonna run into the
That's-
guy outside me.
See, that's why I like this track, because this is the old deal. You couldn't get off the corners because they're so flat without getting tight or getting loose or something, and it would kill momentum.
Yep.
So then the outside will roll right past you on exit of the corner. There's just more to it, whereas now you just paint it on the yellow line and block the runs.
Yeah.
That was close.
Yeah. I think I actually got him. I've got a 0x up there.
He left me hanging. I did all that work and he left me. Charlie's coming.
Snoopy with him.
No, they're too wide.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh boy.
Oh.
I didn't know we were going 3 wide.
I had a hole and I took it.
Oh boy. Turn 4, 3 wide's never good.
Yeah.
We made it work. Oh, Charlie got the wall a little bit. Dang it, we had to run too.
Come on, Moffat Cast, give me a push back there. Quite clear.
Oh, he's gonna stick me out here.
No love for Travis.
This is
tonight.
pretty good for 5 cars. I
It
think
is.
maybe this is like the best way to do it right here.
It might be.
Maybe if we could get a couple more guys that were this good and have like 10, but
Yeah. Every time on the bottom off of 4.
oh, they both cleared you. Dang it.
Yeah. Hello. Forgot you were
Easy
out
there. You reckon?
I almost did.
It looked like you were, and then you disappeared. Alright, now it's gonna get crazy.
Oh yeah.
Alright, last on the last lap. Let's see if we can go from last to first. First.
Close enough.
I almost hooked your left rear there.
Wouldn't have been the first time it's happened. Not with you specifically, but just in one of these races. Oh! Kept it
The whole
straight!
field, Rex.
Oh, Moffat Cast! Oh!
Oh no. I'm smoking, but I'm in the lead. But I'm sure somebody's got less damage than me.
We all might.
Surely. Oh, look at this. Oh, we got 5 people to witness it, but... Oh, Greg's gonna get me. He's got less damage. Dang it. Where's he at?
Oh!
I spun him out! I spun him out! Oh, I'm not gonna get him again. No way.
I got you both!
Oh, I didn't know you were still going.
Yes! Winner!
Ah. Now you talk about racing it to the line.
Yeah.
You won. Yeah, we did it. Too bad it wasn't.
That was almost like Talladega Nights.
That's kind of what I was going for. I didn't know you still were coming.
Yep.
That was funny. I'm not sure I've ever had more fun with 5 cars in a race.
I don't think I have.
I don't think I've had more fun in like almost forever on here, just at any amount of cars.
I know.
That was cool.
That was fantastic. Now I gotta do my donuts. I just realized I'm 2 for 2 tonight. That's a first.
Well, you cheated both times, so.
I didn't cheat this time, thank you very much.
No, I'm just kidding. You didn't cheat the first time.
Honestly. Okay, so before tonight, no. I was gonna say, I think Jess was the only person I'd ever beaten, but I don't even think I beat Jess, did I?
Get on in.
I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't think I did. I think she got me right at the line. We were both wrecked.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Sorry, my brain like paused and I didn't respond, but yeah, I don't remember what the deal was there.
I don't either.
Cause didn't you guys do like India or something?
Yeah, we did trucks at Indy. And then I definitely don't think I won the open race with everybody that night. I think this is the first time I've won the open race in this. So first all the way around. What a night. We need to have you on more often so I can win more often.
Next time we gotta do open sets.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you mine. I'm just kidding. You should see. Did you see it when I spun him in 3 and 4 when he was passing me?
Yeah, I was entering 3. I
barely
saw
got
it from
him.
a distance, yeah.
I don't think he saw me coming. Like, I don't think he thought I was going to do that.
Probably not. Okay, here, we gotta watch this whole last lap here. Okay, so the top two wrecked each other. I actually got you a little bit there.
That was just, yeah, we all were just fighting,
Yeah.
sawing on the wheel, and it just didn't work.
And then Moffat Cast wrecks me after that on exit of 2. So we're all junked at this point. Old Snoopy over here tries to block me. I even stuffed it in the wall in the backstretch trying to miss Charlie Brown blocking me over here. And then there's Travis getting Moffat Cast. And here we just come. They go up there, I go low. And Garth Allen wins. And you tell Travis what I said. What'd you say, Ashton? Just because of Travis talking about Supercross, he is my favorite guest you've ever had, says Ashton.
That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't. In hindsight, just for my physical condition.
Yeah.
Definitely still really cool, but
Yeah.
those guys are all crippled when they're 30.
Yeah.
It seems worth it when you're 10, you know?
Right.
But you don't realize what it's going to feel like. You're like, oh, them old people that say their knees are hurting, they're just wussies.
Yeah, stock cars are a little more safe. They're still dangerous, but they're a little more safe than that.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
sure.
That was fun. Travis, we got to do this again sometime.
For sure, man. You just let me know, and we'll do it whenever we can get on here.
Sounds good to me. All right. Well, thanks, y'all, for hanging out tonight. And thanks again, Travis. And we'll see you guys on... what, Friday? I think Friday's when ARC is at Charlotte. So we'll see you for the watch party for Charlotte. Until then, have a good one, y'all.
Yep. Same here, guys. Appreciate